keep pushing me closer to the edge again. The edge again. Suffocating underneath. Try to numb the pain. I just wanna feel again. Bloodshot eyes, I know I can. You pull me under. You keep pushing me closer to the edge again. Si yo no quisiera, te diría I will never say forgiveness. Tú dime cómo supieras si no me amas, si no me amas. And I get disease eating away at me, breaking everything that I love, leaving me in misery. Don't call me a victim, 'cause I'm just a slave. You keep pushing me closer to the edge again. The edge again. Suffocating underneath. Try to numb the pain. You hit me like thunder. Sé que me haces falta. Y cada vez que nos juntamos me derramas lo que siempre escondo en mí. You pull me under. Even if I try to hide, try to run, you got your teeth in me and I'm tired of fighting. So give me a reason, 'cause I'm at the end. You keep pushing me closer to the edge again. The edge again. Suffocating underneath. Try to numb the pain. I just wanna feel again. Bloodshot eyes, I know I can. You pull me under. You keep pushing me closer to the edge again. You keep pushing me closer to the edge again. The edge again. Suffocating underneath. Try to numb the pain. I just wanna feel again. Bloodshot eyes, I know I can. You pull me under. You keep pushing me closer to the edge again.
What is good, family? Welcome back to the channel. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to throw those good vibes in and those A's in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. What is up, family? Good to see everybody here today. Look at NVIDIA close at a 797.38 in post market. My goodness in heaven. Did it actually make that move or what? Oh boy. All right, let me go ahead and turn up my volume in my headphones, right? I can't hear myself. I need a little boost of confidence here, right? What is up, family? Yuka Frita, good to see you here. Coin Fox, what's up? Bosco, I owe you a ticker, man. I owe you that ticker, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Of course, I can help out with that, bro. So, what was that? I remember you mentioned it yesterday, that VA and I ticker, right? That was Vivani Medical. Wow. Why did it rally like this, bro? Please share with me in the chat right now. Why in the world could how in the world could this thing have moved up so drastically? Right? We were trading here at $1, and then out of nowhere, this thing pops off to almost $8 and is sitting still, holding that top, right? Actually, well, it retraced just a little bit, holding that 402. Really, really interesting times there, man. But guys, if you are unaware, boys and girls, right? If you are unaware as to why the markets kind of flipped a little bullish here in a very scary manner. It's because we got good PCE and good GDP numbers, right? We had a good forward guidance right now, but I will say that I personally still feel like this is being artificially propped, and we're probably going to experience a capitulation like no other coming into March, right? Historically speaking, we're going to get some corrections here. It's not a bad thing. I do think that the markets I do think personally that the markets would benefit off of a retracement, right? Because this way it'll honestly restore some confidence, right? It'll probably restore a little bit of it'll actually remove some fear, right? Because then you already went through that downside, so the worst is over, type of thing, right? I honestly feel like that's the best thing that could happen for the markets team. I mean, when you're riding the overbought percentile for so long and just cooking and cooking and cooking over and over, that's it gets to a point to where you may just want to stay cash and stay away from the markets, so that's also something that's kind of preventing it from really pushing forward, right? So if we do pull back here, we'll probably experience a pullback here to around the 4800 ES, right? I'm not sure that we can get down that low, but there are some supports at 4876 that we can look forward to. Another one right down here at 4935. So if we can get, probably a good week to 2 week retracement here from the broader markets, I think that would be the best case scenario, right? Get this thing to pick up some new bulls, restore some of that confidence, remove the fear and or remove the greed, right? And restore this the balance here, and we'll probably be moving a little more balance right now. So I will say that there is also a fear and greed index that we can kind of abide by or follow, right? But I think the fear and greed index is probably something that works better in the crypto world, right? As the more experienced traders and the whales tend to price in the markets accurately enough. So guys, I know that I'm coming on a little bit earlier today. It is 6:30 p.m. Pacific time right now. 6, 7, 8, 9. What is it? It's 9:32 p.m. Eastern time and 8:32 p.m. Central. I did think that maybe we could give some of the East Coasters another break right now. And some of these days here do permit me to come on just a little bit earlier, right? But yeah, specifically my boy CoinFox, right, man? He's such a talented trader and a real scout, right, man? He's actually an amazing integral part of the team, and he's always there helping us out, right? And he's out there, man. He's out there pushing those late hours when we're he's burning that midnight oil when we're out there putting out the thesis. And I couldn't thank you enough, my brother. You are an amazing presence, and we all appreciate you so greatly. And I will say, dude, that these times that I try to push are specifically more for you that I have in my mind, right? Because I feel you, man. I see you. I know you're a real artist within the trade, and I know that feeling, dude. Like I remember doing this with one of my favorite traders. His name is Eric Crown, and I used to wait for his live streams at like it was around midnight for me, 11:30 p.m. And I'm like, dude, I got to spend some time with my son, and I'm over here trying to catch up with his streams and stuff. And I would learn a great deal from him, and I just felt like I needed to be there, and just to support and to do whatever, just I love the guy too. I've never actually gotten to talk to him. I've never actually said what's up at all. I mean, I have reached out just to, regular commentary, on comments on YouTube and stuff, but he's never really other than liking it and doing your traditional little quirky replies like, hey, thanks man, like that type of thing, never gotten the chance to speak to someone like him. But I gotta say that I have found the equivalence of talented traders here, and you are included in that. Hold on just a sec, team. That's my dog going absolutely insane. There we go. I just had to just had to tell him to stop real quick, right? Every time there's like an Amazon guy or a UPS guy or something, the dog goes rah, 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 goes all insane by the door, and I'm like, dude, my son is definitely taking a nap right now. Can't have him awake, right? But he doesn't care. It's all good, right? So let's go ahead and check the comments here. I haven't really looked at the comments here, right? So I did say that I owed Bosco. I owed him a ticker, right? And we're gonna go ahead and honor that. He asked me for ticker symbol VANI, and I think he may have posted. Okay, so yeah, brother, yeah. Why not, right? I'll help you out. Let's take a look at that ticker symbol NXU as well, right? So let me follow up here with the rest of the comments and see what the team is saying, right? So let's see. CoinFox March is gonna be Trap City, boys. Yep, I agree, man. I agree. I'm telling you, man. I think. Well, historically speaking, right, March tends to be one of those times. So April 4th eclipse says Bosco 310. Let's see what else we got. Buzz Margin Call. What's up, dude? At some point, can you help me out with an AI trajectory? Let's see. I made my play free and cut some off for myself, but I have a lot of runners because I like the equity and it's always heavily shorted. Yeah, sure. Well, why don't we go ahead and add a C3 AI into the cycle here, right? And we'll observe. Not a problem at all, my brother. We have been looking at this a couple days at a time now, so no fault in giving it a shot, right? So. And guys, yeah, you know what? We were talking about ticker symbol NVAX here. This was a very cool play that CoinFox called out, right? He called it out right below $4, and he actually had some of the team pick up some for a huge 35% runner before earnings came in, and kind of took the price away. It removed around 80% the gain, but what's interesting is that it reversed to 423, and in the last day and a half or 2 days, it has recovered from 423 all the way to 511, and it's sitting at 490 presently. So this, he was dead right when he meant it when he said that this doesn't last long in the downside, right? So this absolutely is continuing to the upside here. I do believe that the asset still has a lot to recover and a lot to continue from. So good buy and hold strategy on this NVAX ticker, right? So eyes on the prize, and also keep your discretion and your eyes peeled, right? Make sure to always practice risk management. You never want to give away what the markets have already. What you've already siphoned from the markets at all, right? So you want to play it. You want to play it to your discretion, right? So yeah, Buzz, I got you, buddy. Let's go ahead and take a look at that as well. No problem at all. Let's continue here. What's up, Candace? Good to see you. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Really appreciate you coming on by. So now CoinFox is saying we all need to start looking at the small caps and the ER and the earnings reports in March. With a higher short interest, they're going to squeeze so hard. So that is exactly my thought. I completely agree. As the markets, when the markets start pulling back here, and I do think it's going to be literally within the next week or two, we're going to get a pretty gnarly pullback here on the broader market spectrum, and that's going to push some of your SPACs, right? Some of your micros and small caps. This is going to push them to new highs as the money kind of dissipates from the broader markets. as that money exits here, right, that liquidity kind of gets drained out. That's gonna naturally get injected right into the small cap, micro cap realm, and you're going to experience continuation to the upside. So if there is ever a time to consider a position exit, it would be soon if you're trapped in some of these small caps, right? So we have to observe things like the IWM, right? We'll keep an eye on the maybe also the Russell 2000 futures. We'll keep an eye on that as well. You know, all these things are going to be able to give us the bias for continuation and also direction, right? So I do expect, just like coin does, I do expect micros and smalls to experience something pretty positive in the coming week or 2 weeks. And I will say that we should probably look into some of those filings to identify dilution, right? There could be dilution in some of these assets too, right? Which could create run-ups into the catalyst, right? A lot of strategies here that can be taken into account. So let's continue on here. What's coin saying? So thanks, Arca. I do appreciate you and the team, my brother. Always love you, my dude. So Buzz Margin Call saying, yeah, coin feeling a little bit squeezy too. Now, coin is a little bit of it's a little bit of a sharp edge on both ends, right? Because it is, in a sense, representative of the price action within BTC. But coin is not outside of the bounds from the broader market as well, right? So coin will experience a tough time if there is an inverse reaction to broader markets versus crypto, right? Equities, traditional equities versus crypto, and that's because it's it's built under the NYSE, and it also has an influence from this side of things too. So I want to show you something though. Take a look at this 5-minute time frame. Look at the 5-minute time frame. Look at volatility. This is the first time that volatility has ever contracted for this long in a long time, right? So take a look at this. Look at the iteration here. Look at every single little blue bar that you see is a 5-minute close, right? So you can see that there are plenty of 5-minute closures here, just back to back to back, and that means that that volatility has contracted to a nothing, right? So it's pretty much zero transaction, zero dispersion of return, right? So nothing happening, right? So as we move back historically on the 5-minute time frame, we do have some iterations here that had multiple iterations of contraction, sure, but what did it do during that time? So that multiple contraction led to a pretty nice upside right after that. So this iteration did lead to an upside. This iteration here of a larger time frame contraction led to a sharp decline, right? So now what this is telling us is that if we're experiencing a large iteration of immediate short-term time frame contraction, there could be followed by a sharp move to the upside or the downside. Now, it would be in our discretion, in our ability to observe and determine where markets can move using whatever tools or strategy we have under our belts to determine that, right? So I do think that coin is about to make a pretty strong move, and I will be biased for the bulls. So the reason why I'm saying this is because, yes, the markets are being kind of propped right now. NVIDIA is continuing on that upside trajectory, closed at about a 791. It is presently sitting around 6.5 points above. So when we get the Euro hours and when we get the trade to continue, there could be a massive. I said this earlier today around 10 a.m. maybe 9 a.m. Pacific time. I said that that NVIDIA may be gapping up tomorrow pretty big, right? And that's usually faced with a capitulation that we faced today in the broader markets, right? So we noticed that there was a sharp decline at a certain point, right? So let me pull up the SPY here so that we can kind of see this, right? Sometimes some traders can call that type of sharp decline without the continuation to the downside or without the follow through. some people can determine that as a failed auction, right? So if that is a failed auction, that means that we bounced straight to the upside to find ourselves within the area of potential stops, right? So this could be a stop run for the upside. Okay, so we could be stopping out shorts. We could be squeezing out shorts as we reach that ATH, right? That all-time high. We're sitting at about a 508.58. Pennington is telling me that the SPY at the 24-hour trade is 509.42. So we're literally about 60 cents away from its all-time high of 510.13. Yesterday, we expressed the importance of maintaining price action above the 503.19 level, and 503 just never even got observed today whatsoever. The bulls certainly took control, and it looks like the bulls are still in control. Now, whether that prop is actually made organically or synthetically, I don't care. I still see that there could be a broader market pullback nonetheless, right? So not tomorrow, though. I do feel that if we're going to get a dump, sure, maybe at the power hour tomorrow, I don't know. But this type of price action like we faced today, dipping down to the low of around 504, that usually, that can present that opportunity, right? You definitely trapped the crap out of shorts right now. We're sitting in a pool of negative delta, and there could be stops above us, right? So this is kind of what's happening right now. The 24-hour markets will probably pre-price in everything and lead to an even further upside. I do believe that tomorrow we find new highs, right? So including NVIDIA. So NVIDIA may have an opening above 797. I actually expect NVIDIA to open up within the $800 zone, and maybe even NVIDIA reaching or testing its all-time high again of 823 or 823.94. So there is a good chance that NVIDIA may get that little bit of a test to the upside. And from there, team, I can't tell you what's going to happen from there, but if it does reach 824 to 825, things from there, they could capitulate, right? It could reverse immediately. So if we see that 823 at the, intraday, probably brace yourselves for an early pullback. And, today being the monthly close, tomorrow being the first of the month, they close the month at a certain valuation before we get the true high. I don't know, but I would not be surprised if we get a huge drawdown from the NVIDIA high, because we know that NVIDIA is still kind of propping the markets here and is still taking it to the upside. And given that NVIDIA pressures assets like Netflix and Meta, then you have combined market caps of just mega valuations pushing to that upside, right? So everything is charging forward, upward and onward, right? So we don't want to get in the way in that. We want to get validations before we get short the market and bet for the opposing side. But what I can tell you is that the options chain in tickers like the SPY and the Qs, the puts, right, are starting to diminish into the floor of valuation. So as you approach these new highs and these potential all-time highs, you are probably going to see those puts reach almost nothing. They're probably going to be very they're already going to be at their all-time lows, right? So potentially picking up some of those puts there for maybe a month out, few weeks out expiry, could actually benefit to the downside, or could benefit for a nice gain or a nice little option swing. Please do not take that as financial advice. Do not take that as any type of viable strategy or anything like it, right? I'm just simply expressing my personal thoughts. I'm saying it out loud from a regular room here in Los Angeles, California. Do not take this as any type of professional financial advice. I love you, team. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on by. Please make sure to interact with the channel as much as you can. Right, we want to finesse that algorithm. Get a few of these. People back in here so that we can stream to some more of, it's just slowing down a little bit because YouTube algorithm is noticing that I'm posting lesser videos than I used to and less frequently. And I'm also changing the niche, right? So I'm not focused in the small caps anymore. So it's noticing that I'm also changing. So YouTube is in essence kind of punishing me, but it's actually take a step back to take two forward type of thing. You know what I mean? So, it's fair enough. It's all good. We're doing okay. All right. So anyway, let me continue here with the chat and see what's going on. Right. So, Andre saying, hello, Arca, would love your opinion on RVNC up 30% today. Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and add it into the revolving cycle here, right? And take a look at that ticker too, RVNC, and we'll observe what the markets have to say about that, right? So yeah, definitely looks like it's been running to the upside. 12 hours still pivoted towards the upside on that stochastic momentum. Not looking bad, right? This could actually continue on to the upside. It looks like it's. I honestly do think that this is looking like it's a little influenced by the broader markets too. So the more frothy this gets, the higher the probabilities of pullback. To be very honest here, this is quite a simple chart, and it's not an ugly one. It's just it's a complete break of market structure. And to tell you my honest opinion in this, I do believe that you have a resistance level coming up right at about that 756 to about 780 before you experience a pullback, right? There is a significant resistance that the price action is using as we speak, right? That 750, huge pivot zone there that was responsible from a 750 to about a 970 jump. Gotta take that seriously, right? Huge pivot there. And I will say that if it does continue to the upside, your daily time frame may be showing us a very important gap in which you may be able to cover, right? But if you do cover this, I will say that your first resistance is right where you are at 760. Continuing this will not, I don't think you will reach the top side of 823. I will say that your end of the line here will be around 797 because of this daily gap, right? So this daily gap presents to you the potentials of a bull trap, right? So if you continue on to the upside here, you're going to get the bulls all excited, right? Everybody's thinking here that this thing's going to rip to the moon. You pass by this resistance level here and you're like, yeah, awesome, right? But then you're not noticing that you have this gap here and this gap here, and both of these times the gap support was respected or gap resistance was respected. So this area here could be your bull trap area. So that is risk off at this point. Let it validate and continue beyond this point if it will, right? Get the 835, break above that, right? You'll probably resist from this 888, come back down to the 835, validate the support, and then continue on for the resistance levels of 933 to about 974. But until then, I do expect this to be a major resistance level before it pulls back. All right, so that's it for ticker symbol RVNC, right? Just to do a quick little one here. This is very simple, but I hope you did, Andre. I hope you did benefit from this analysis, my brother. Please be safe. Please be very careful how you trade the markets, and always respect your risk management, right? So now let's continue on the analysis here. Let's see. Bosco saying new coin. HFM USDT. Can you check for tomorrow? Thanks. So I have put together some some threads regarding ICOs, right? And I will say that they're highly unpredictable, seeing that we don't have historical data, right? So but I will say that it doesn't mean that I can't look at it. It's just I'm telling you that my edge when it comes to tickers like this, my edge kind of drops, right? So is that F as in Frank, M as in Mary? Is that what it is? Because I'm sorry, I'm not actually finding anything under crypto for that, and it should be listed everywhere, right? So please, Bosco, correct the ticker just in case. And let's see. I agree. So CoinFox also agrees with me with the new highs. Damn it, can we get it? Can we get the pullback? Yeah, I agree, man. I do think that the pullback is quite needed here. So yeah, for some reason, I'm definitely not catching it here, buddy. I'm not seeing anything under the ticker symbol H, F as in Frank, M as in Mary. Okay, so it's definitely not popping up. Specifically when we go to crypto, it should pop up. So let's see, there are also 32 symbols in other markets. Let's see. Yeah, this was what we already noticed. This is, foreign. Let's see. It's still new, not available. My bad. Oh, okay, gotcha. See, yeah, so it may be a pending listing on TradingView, but no problem. All right, so let's see. Buzz Margin Call. My theory is that the Chinese New Year and their banks being closed for a week gave us an opportunity to run it up on them, and now we're just rolling on the momentum with those shorts trapped. It could be that, or well, I mean that only because they're not there. It doesn't mean that they're not running it, right? Because they definitely have algorithms to continue servicing their space when they're not there, right? So, please remember that this up run, CoinFox and I were talking last night, and it wasn't just us. It was the world markets were pushing, right? Everything was pushing to the upside here. So it's not particular to. I know that it may feel like you're getting your one ticker that's making the upside that you thought it was going to make of, but it really is the entire space, right? We have a few exceptions here. Mara was one of those, right? You got the upside on BTC, and Mara completely retraced. So you're gonna get these outliers, but for the general, I mean the world markets, there was a huge amount of upside, and that naturally pressures everything too. Yeah, I agree. Lots of data. PCE coming in positive, GDP coming in positive. We had three Fed or four Fed speakers today, and I did catch a little bit of a dovish feeling from those Fed speakers. I don't see anything bad, which is all. I don't see anything bad in the spectrum, which is all bad in my in my eyes. So you can kind of see and feel that there's something up in the air, right? So Off-Grid Gorilla in Discord saying, just to be clear, are you saying you can't chart or predict an asset that doesn't exist yet? Slacker. Oh man, I'm dropping the ball here. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue here. What's going on? So yeah, CoinFox pointing out, yeah, we were noticing today too, man. Yeah, huge day on AMD, closing the day at 193 from an opening of about 180, right? Or so, yeah, 180, and then moved further to 196.26 in the after hours, guys. These are the workings of just what I mean. Semis here. Semis are just pushing to new highs, and they're charging, right? So huge breakout from this chop zone, right? So I think let me see if we overextended that, right? So the way we do that is that we can chart out or kind of plot here that chop, right? This is a consolidation phase, right? This is usually validations of a new leg up, right? So if we did in fact do that, well, this would be your confluent top, and we could probably use this candle here as your bottom side, right? So you have several grabs of that support bottom there. So now what we do is take a trend line from the top side of that of the chop box to the bottom side, and then we apply it to the top, right, to see how far it can go. So if we're reading this correctly, then AMD, just like we spoke of yesterday, that we would possibly just close out the month or start the month off with all of the assets at their 100 breaks, it's leading to a 201.98. Right now, if we move here to Nvidia, there is also that potential. So I kind of charted out here a few things, right? So with one of my master students, I actually went back around 11 or 12 iterations of historical linear volatility versus stochastic momentum, critical contraction within the 15 percentile of volatility, which is in here, right? To expansion. The signal fired the moment that you have the upside pivot on both the moving average and the volatility component. Please notice that stochastic momentum is pivoted towards the upside and in the bullish control zone. All right, so this is the back test. We did about 11 iterations back on the 4-hour time frame. That is leading to a 90.91% upside accuracy with an average upside thrust of 4.75% to the upside. Now, the signal fired today. So that signal firing off today means that 4.75% gain takes you to beyond the all-time high at 828.81. So statistics for the 4-hour time frame with a signal that's fired off with absolute validation is saying that on average will create this top side. So tomorrow could be a very, very, very bullish day, but with a high potential of a big retracement at some point. So I gotta ask for everyone to be super careful tomorrow, as there could be some very nice opportunities. There could be a massive gap up on a lot of these assets, and we may actually continue to the upside beyond these critical targets that we're presently testing right now, right? So, and the curious thing here is that statistics, sure, they're leading to a 4.75% gain to the valuation of 828. You have a falling wedge, right, on the hourly time frame. This hourly time frame falling wedge leads to the highest potential target, right? It leads it to a curious price of 817.73. Now, taking a Fibonacci retracement from your bi-daily range high to range low, this actually gives you the 2-spot 618 golden mean at 823.35. So now you're catching several strategies that are suggesting the same thing. Now, inverse head and shoulders, hourly time frame. The top side target for this is leading to guess where? 820.92. Guys, statistics 828 or what was it again for the statistics? Yeah, 828.81 for stats. 2-spot 618 golden mean, geometrics at 823.35, inverse head and shoulders at 820.92. Right, the top side target for the falling wedge is 817.73. Man, I don't know what to tell you. So there's a lot kind of rhyming with those top sides. I would just be very careful with the way that you observe this data that I'm speaking of. Right, so. Let me actually do something real quick. I'm gonna go into my Discord here. I'm gonna pull something into the YouTube, and there we go. So I got it now. So let me just go ahead and share with the YouTube people here the invite link to join the Arca Bulls trading team. Now, why? Well, sure, it may cost you 33 cents per day, all right? to join the team. But what I will say is that I say this all the time to my students too. It's one thing to call out the play, and it's quite another thing to execute the play. So I'm not perfect, right? No one, in fact, no one is. And but I will say that the strike rate could have a lot to do with the succession over the trade, right? But and I will say that at my level, it's a little easier to call out the play than it is to execute it. I probably think that at any level that could be the case. But yeah, we do our best, and we experienced some green trades today too. So and I expect the same for tomorrow, and hopefully every day following that. Right, so Quinn Fox, what's up, buddy? So Quinn, LBB saying hello, Orca. Let's see. Do you think Fubo is set to rip like a like a poorly man's skinny jeans? Like thick man? That is funny. Let's go ahead and add it into the revolving cycle here, my brother. We're going to take a look at Fubo, right? For Fubo TV, ticker symbol FUBO. Of course, of course, of course, of course. I actually have a few fans for this ticker in the Arca Bulls trading team. I will say that it's fair, right? It's had its little pressures here and there, but I do think that it's worth at least a look. Right, so let's continue on the chat here and see what, let's see, CoinFox is saying. RSP equal weight is double top, possible breakout coming. Let's see, if breadth increases, look out. That's right. If the market breadth does increase, then you got to look out. All right, and I agree. I completely agree. So buzz margin call, Bostic was dovish, weird. Yeah, Fed Bostic is. I thought he was. I thought he was a hawk. Man, I'm they're programmed to say what they got to say. So if they're under a specific narrative at this point, then it would shine like it's doing. It would shine a light just like it's doing for you now. It's I also find it extremely weird. But let's see, Senor Pennington saying would like to see $200. He would like to see a 200 AMD, right? So I do think that there is a strong probability for that, as AMD's ATR has expanded pretty nicely. So let's see. Buzz Margin Call saying, thank God I didn't clip all of my AI 100%. Yeah, I do think that it still has a continuation. CoinFox saying Nvidia is contracting hard, which is actually a bearish potential in a divergence, right? So if Nvidia does contract from these points, look at the hourly, right? You are getting increasing price action with decreasing. See, the thing here is that I wish I had a volatility indicator. I'm going to try to create this. I wish I can create a volatility indicator that can give me volatility short and volatility long. So I want to know where against each other they are, right? So in this case, since we're getting a sharp decline and we're getting a pretty parabolic upside here, it's making me feel that there is a stop run, right? So it's making me feel that this is supply increasing with buy side conviction. So meaning that there's a significant drop of short interest, or there is a significant drop in short position open, right? So if that is what's happening here, then tomorrow there could be a quick shift into expansion right at the difference, right? So there could be a gamma level soon, and this volatility could literally switch up at a moment's notice and then start that expansion phase and then experience a pullback because of this potential here. So again, don't trust this, right? But it's not always that you can put things into this perspective here, but there is a pretty clear line, in the sand here. There is regression with the volatility, right? So if there is a continuation, we may have limited expansion before a contraction phase, and that contraction phase following that expansion could be the main one. And this is the hourly time frame, so this happens pretty fast, right? So just an observation. Probably I'm probably wrong. Right, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm the only man who knows it all. Right, there's no way I know it. So I'm just speculating here based on present data. Okay, so now if we do have that contraction with a continuation to the upside, even still, regardless of the drop in short position opens. That just means to me that it's actually being propped artificially. And that artificial propping could be setting a bull trap. And I will say that as you approach the zone of about 812 to 823.94, that is all bull traps. This is bull trap central here, team. Okay. That's not saying that it can't combat or it can't beat the 823.94 and create a new high. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that while price action sits between the areas of around 812.73 to 823.94, that is a zone to watch out for critical bull trap. Okay. That would be an area to dump out hard. Okay. So watch it when you're at around those levels. If you're at around those levels, and practice discretion. Eyes on the chart. Okay. So now let's let's go ahead and I think that was probably close to let's see, senior penitent. Yep. Let's see, Buzz Margin call. I think I gotcha. CoinFox saying join or die on the trading battlefield, says CoinFox, right? So go ahead and join the Arca Bulls trading team. And there's the link in the chat. Please go ahead and consider. Now let's go ahead and continue here. Buzz Margical saying what he said, just told you, pays for the month 20 times over again. Buzz, thank you, buddy. And Buzz Man saying absolutely worth joining the Discord. Come see for yourself. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you, Buzz Man. I appreciate you so much, my brother. And I love seeing you there every morning, and I love seeing the entire team there, ready for another successful trading day. CoinFox is saying Fubo is a buy and hold, in my opinion. $10 should be coming this year. Agreed. I never have seen ticker symbol Fubo to be kind of like a day trade unless they had a critical catalyst of sorts, right? So I was studying it probably about a year and a half ago with one of the members in the Arca Bulls trading team, and we had an idea. We had an idea that the World Cup was going to be streamed through Fubo for the first time ever. In fact, it actually didn't even make a difference. But I thought, and that just told me that fundamental catalysts for this ticker are probably not so pertinent, as it doesn't have day traders' interest, right? I think it's a buy hold strategy. So Fubo earnings tomorrow. That is true. Now let's see. CoinFox, I'm going to buy some shares and sell covered calls on Fubo. There we go. That could absolutely make some passive gains there, right? It's a $2 asset right now. Very, very easy to own a couple hundred shares of it and create and sell some options, right? So what do you mean by your Buzz Martin can say, what do you mean you're the undisputed champ, my bro? I love you so much, man. Thank you so much for your support. Can't express my thanks to you enough, my dude. So it's also a good thing to buy out candidate. Sorry, it's also a good buy. Oh, a good buyout. Yes, it is. It is by a major network or someone, of course, especially holding your asset during these times. If you do get an announcement like that, man, it'll be out the door, right? What if ESPN just wants to go in and get it? and then you're off to the moon, right? It's going to rocket ship to the upside. And please, team, don't spread any news about that, right? I'm just putting in a theoretical situation. It is not a fact, right, that Fubo will get bought out. It's just CoinFox saying that they are a good consideration for a buyout candidate, right? And I agree. I completely agree. I never even thought about it in that sense, but because Fubo has been doing its thing, right, and they've been doing their thing, I think, for free, right? Similar to what I think Red Bull has been doing as well. Red Bull has been kind of a free service, and they do have their streaming app. I know that it's built under the Android systems within Sony TVs, but I don't know about Apple. But Red Bull is kind of flexing their free their free platform with selections of films and all kinds of sports and motor vehicles and all whatever, man. So it's good stuff. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on here. CoinFox is saying, as the streaming wars grow, Fubo would be a good candidate, especially in the Latino community. 100% agreed, right? Because this is, like I said, they streamed for the first time, I think last year or 2 years ago, the World Cup, and I thought that it was going to be a great catalyst for an upside. Unfortunately, the immediate short-term time frame did not react to that upside continuation. But it just as long as you have the ideas brewing in your head and you're getting creative in the markets, that's really all. That's all that it's all about, right? Use your imagination, and everything can be very cool. So Buzz Margin Call saying this would be perfect with ESPN Plus and Hulu, right? Oh man, huge upside if that were ever the case. Buzzman, what's up, dude? Oh hey, can I get some of that pie and Cool Whip? Cool Whip. I can't voice it just like Stewie does, right? But I love his voice, man. Anyway, so let's move on here and take a look at some of the tickers that have been requested, right? So we have a ticker request here by Bosco. He wants to take a look at ticker symbol VANI. So Vanny, what the hell does it have in store for us? Is this going to continue to the upside? What we're noticing here is that this is a micro cap asset, right? We have a market capitalization of about small cap, right? 215 million, and the share, the float is sitting at about a 26 mil. Right, so not bad, and I do think it's priced accordingly. Maybe at $2, but it did run to a $7.80 high before kind of settling and touching base here at that 402 level. So I guess the ultimate question here is, would it have continuation for the downside? And could it have a continuation to the upside? Well, a lot of people tend to look at this strategy, this type of pump to the upside, in different ways, right? So first of all, some analysts could break it down based on a range created from the opening of that candle to the top side of the price action based on whatever catalyst happened, and they will notice price sitting at or above the 50% of returns, right? So your 50% retracement is 283. So if you have this 283 bottom and your price action is sitting at a 402, you're clearly in the upper half and in the bullish control zone. That doesn't mean that it's not prone, or it's not, it doesn't mean that it can't pull back. Especially with you considering this drop from 780 down to around 340. This is an exponential drop. So let's take a look at volatility in the immediate short term to see if it has recovered any of this, any of the downside, right? So yeah, particularly here, right, you had that top side and stochastic momentum, and as it dropped, it also sharply dropped as well, right? So since then, sure, it has made a pretty nice upside, but it's currently consolidating at the 50% of Stoke. Now, the bi-hourly time frame does have a little bit of an upside bias, but again, it's also it's also kind of a leveling out at that 50% as well. Now, let's look at the 3-hour time frame. Now, the 3-hour time frame is reading a little bit more of a sensitive read on that EMA3. There could be a continuation to the upside. You're in the gravitational zone at the 50%. And this may actually get a shot to continue to that upside. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. This is really the time frame that I tend to focus on for determining an upside continuation, at least for the next 3 to 5 days. And as you can see here, we definitely have an upside bias from the 4-hour time frame, and it's very convincing. It's also sitting in the gravitational zone. This is likely to get pulled to the upside here and likely to continue to new highs into tomorrow's session. Now, the thing here is that it could be propped, right? You're starting to contract from the 4-hour, but it's not contracting beyond or below the 90% just yet. So this means that you're still critically expanded, and there is a high frequency of transactions happening, and specifically to the upside. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the 6-hour time frame. 6-hour time frame, a little bit corrective, but overall an upside pivot, still with the same bias on that volatility read. 8-hour time frame, completely bullish right here, approaching the gravitational zone. Upside continuation could be found in the coming session still. 12-hour time frame looking very powerful as well. It's still expanding, by the way. Moving average still pivoted towards that upside. That means that we have a pretty nice setup here. If we can backtest a 12-hour time frame historical linear volatility versus stochastic momentum will give you a pretty nice read for the continuation to the upside on this asset. But something tells me here that tomorrow you'll start testing your 482 and beyond. If you do get that break of 482 on the prior day's high, actually this was today's high, right? Yeah, so prior day high would be today's high. It's 476. Break that, you may be able to experience an upside continuation, but you have to keep in mind your average true range. Let's see where that expanded to. Let's bring down the indicators here and see right down here what that valuation is. That is set to about a 60-cent average true range. We're talking about a potential 480 or 476 resistance. That's your 60-cent zone right there. So that would be your daily ATR performed right to the resistance of the prior day candle, today's candle. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is that, yeah, you may get that upside to that 480 zone, but will you break the 480 zone? Well, you may. You may get a 482 or 484, but for a pullback. Okay, but as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't bet on anything beyond your daily average true range. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, that could be it right there. 476 top retracement, likely back to test your 422 before failing this, and then getting a run to your maybe, let me see. Actually, it would be the buy daily support at around 374. Yeah, this could be tomorrow. Could be a whole. This could be a whole round trip, right? I do think that this could test your 480 down to the 374-ish area, and then kind of a balance out around the close. This has a lot to determine since it's made a huge top. Daily time frame outside candle, right? So that's that also kind of presents a break of market structure. You're also getting the new low from 351 to 339, so that could also start a chain reaction as well. Right, so watch out for those things. Don't maintain yourself too bullish on these tickers. It's already made a fair enough run here. We are speaking, however, right, a run from, what was it? The close was around 101. This definitely made a 670% run. Okay, now if it does have the continuation to the upside, it may be tomorrow and may be limited to tomorrow. And like I said, right, this thing is capable of extraordinary price action. So if you get that break of 480, look at your opening buy daily candle, which would be at 605. Okay, if you do get an upside there. So heads up at that 605 target, heads up at the 476 target as well. All right, team. So that is it for ticker symbol VANI. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one here, and that is NXU. Another massive runner, right? So go ahead and take a look at this as it has ran. Let's see the 4-hour time frame. Actually, let's pull this up on the daily and see if it represented that. So nothing just yet, right? The 12-hour time frame had an opening of 80 cents, ran all the way to $1.80. So this was quite the move here. An entire point to the upside on an asset that was worth less than $1. Another massive runner. So pull back to 158. And will it continue? Well, another way to observe this would be observing the hourly time frame or below, right? So a little bit of a forced three rising methods. You definitely, I don't see my volume here. Let me go ahead and, I think I put it in. Oh, I always do that by accident. Here you go. All right. So yeah, you're getting the first hourly candle here with a slightly there is a difference in volume here, given the fact that it is in the after hours, it is in the post hours, right? But we still have to watch out nonetheless, right? So in this case, there could be a continuation to the downside. We got the closure below the prior bar high, but we did break into an outside bar, which now gives you a natural resistance for tomorrow. If you go to the daily time frame and you observe its ATR, then you'll probably get the answer there, right? So you'll see this, that it's at a 16.5 cent ATR, and if we go to the 12-hour time frame, and you go from 157 to 178, that's kind of your line in the sand, right? So yeah, I do see this continuing to the upside here. you'll probably get a 178, maybe 180, maybe even up to 193 here, and then experience a pullback, right? So I personally do see a continuation to the upside in this, right? 5-minute time frame closing above the linear bands here. There could be a continuation. EMA 200 and the the EMA 200 and the SMA 50 are way below us. The EMA 30 is sitting right below us here at 147. And you closed above the EMA 9, EMA 7, and the SMA 5 in the immediate short term. This is likely to create some upside tomorrow. Intraday 178 top, 193 range with before a pullback. So that is it for ticker symbol NXU. And now we're going to be observing a ticker that has been rolling to the upside here for quite some time and is also experiencing a very interesting contraction phase that can lead to an explosive move. Whether that's the upside or the downside, we are about to find out. Let me just go ahead and take a quick little drink of water here, team, and we'll come right back at it. Give me about 30 seconds. Just a quick moment.
Man, we got 64. Wow.
All right, team, we are back. We are now hydrated. Let's go ahead and observe the markets for a really interesting opportunity here, right? We are taking a look at ticker symbol C3AI. Buzz Margin Call has been keeping me updated with this ticker as it moves day by day, and I have to say that this has experienced a parabolic upside, and what we're observing here in a 5-minute time frame is something that I haven't seen this asset do ever, right? So let's go ahead and measure the contraction phase in volatility, because you can see here that this has experienced contraction for a really abnormal amount of time. Let's see what it measures. So the contraction here is equivalent to 2 hours and 25 minutes of contraction below the 2%. That is critically low. And let's now run a quick little back test here, right? Nothing special, nothing too complex, but all we want to do is observe volatility here to see when was the last time we've ever had anything that big. So let's copy this little thing here, right? Let's bring it along with us, and we can see here that that's not near that area, right? This area here too, not near it either. Right? Let's kind of move back here just to see if we can find an equivalent size one so that it can give us a quick little idea as to what can happen, right? So maybe this one here can give us a pretty nice clue. right? So let's use this one for that clue, right? So yeah, I would say it's at about 90% the size of the one that we're experiencing right now. So still not even the size of that one, but regardless, let's take a look at what this did and kind of put it towards our analysis for tomorrow, right? So let's see. So in fact, at the contraction phase, it looks like the asset started right at about $30.07. After that massive contraction, there was a huge expansion move, which led price action from, from the start of the contraction here was at around $30, and it led to a 30, was it $30? Let's see, $30, it led to a 30.50, right? So let's measure that. Let's see how far up that went. So let's see, that was an equivalent run to about 1.5% to the upside. Good thing is that it's not as big as the one that we're experiencing. So nope, let's go ahead and come back to see if we can find another iteration where we have gotten a deeper move from it, right? So let's look for something even closer in the size. So, I mean, I really did mean when I said that I haven't seen this almost ever. So here's another iteration. Let's see if this kind of gives us a better idea. Yeah, about 95% the size of that. In fact, it's maybe considered to be a little larger than us, but we are still there, right? So tomorrow we may end up at the size of this. So this could be the best idea we have. This could be equivalent to what we're facing now. Now, take a look at this, right? So we're going to compare this, right? So we're noticing here. Let me bring stochastic momentum up, right? And this will give us a good idea to where we are presently, right? This happened here in February 2nd, right? So after the contraction phase was done, you had massive expansion. And from that expansion phase, you can see here that price action dropped from a high of 25.06 down to 23.76, marking off a return of about, or a decline of about 5% here, right? So there is a sharp move that happened shortly after the contraction phase on a 5-minute time frame, right? So if I'm not mistaken, I think that could have been the largest iteration that we had ever experienced, historically speaking, right? So there is one more back there. I guess we'll take it into consideration, and that'll kind of mark off the end of the back test, right? Just this one last one right back here. It looks like it could be equivalent to the size that we're currently experiencing right back here. Right there. So let's go ahead and use that data to further back test the potentials of what could be happening. Again, this looks like it could end up right at the same valuation that we will be at tomorrow, right? So actually, I'm a little late there. There we go. Just a few more little bars here. It looks like we're 15 minutes short of it, right? Or 20 minutes short of that. So let's see what happened. We'll check that out. So price action shortly after that contraction phase experienced a massive expansion phase, and it ripped to the upside and continued, right? So this is looking like what we may be experiencing, and I'll tell you why we may be experiencing it close to something like this. Okay, so let's measure the top side first. From the beginning of the contraction phase, looks like price action was at approximately 25.97. It continued on to the upside into the following day to 28.62, marking off a 10.21% gain on a 5-minute, right? So, this was literally intraday move here from the open of the market to mid-session, and you just had upside and upside and upside. It completely ripped, right? So now that we have a bias, let's look at where stochastic momentum was just at the entrance of this contraction phase, right? So it looks like we were sitting right down here with a downside pivot, and then this sharply reversed for an upside continuation. But it really looks like at the deep end of this contraction, we really contracted here too, right? So it looks like, let's see. So yeah, these were some moves here too in the after hours, right? It's just we're not zoomed in to look at those jumps here, right? This thing was kind of jumpy. It was already getting really volatile before it exploded, right? So let's see here. We had right at the exit, right around here, we already were pivoted towards the upside at the exit of the critical volatility zone of 15%. Here it is. This was that break. Bam, this thing started moving up and away, right? Hit that very top side of about 95% stochastic. Now that we know where we came from, let's go ahead and position ourselves now, right? Let's go ahead and see where we are at the present moment against what happened here in the historical volatility backtest, right? So let's go ahead and put ourselves all the way to the front of the price action and see where we are, right? So here, let's see, where's the price action? This is where we are presently here in that massive contraction phase, right? So let's see what could be happening. So here we go. We're already at the end of the contraction phase. We're getting a little burst to the upside and stochastics are facing up. And we already got the upside from down here. All right, team. So yeah, this could be on for a pretty substantial move tomorrow. That move that we noticed from the prior iteration, although we're not coming from the bear control, we're actually bouncing into the bullish control zone. So this may be even more powerful. Okay, so this means that we could get a jump, like equivalent to that 10% that we experienced historically, right? So I know it's 1 out of 1 iterations here, right? But we've seen 3 iterations now that have had exponential moves, right? Parabolic moves to either the upside or the downside, depending on where stochastic momentum was facing. In this present moment, the stochastic momentum is facing upward, right? The last time this thing had that critical contraction, it was overbought and facing downward. So we have an upside pivot in the bullish control zone. We have an upside pivot here. We're starting to break from this chop zone here. Let's measure a 10% jump from where we're sitting right now, right? So let's just say that this thing did rip 10% into tomorrow, right? So that would put price action here into the areas of about 40.53, right? We're sitting at about 36.81. Let's go ahead and pop open the daily chart to see what our ATR is, right? But as you can see, the asset is clearly capable of some of these parabolic moves, right? So let's see the ATR on a daily time frame and see how capable we are of creating such potential, such a strong move. So that what I'm observing here is that from 30, where are we? Present valuation is about 36.81, so about $37. And we're observing here a potential top of $40. So that means that we're getting a jump of about $3. Take a look at the average true range on a daily, $2.14. That is absolutely possible. It is 100% in the cards, and we could be experiencing a jump of 10%, ticker symbol AI, into tomorrow, March 1st, Friday. All right, team. So you heard it here. Thank you so much for Buzz for bringing in the play. I do think that we may be able to experience a pretty nice little gainer here. CoinFox, we got some alerts to put down on this one, buddy. So immediate short-term time frame is already pivoted towards that upside. If we do have any type of retracement, I think it would be in the 10-minute time frame SMA 50 rejection here, right? That'll potentially bring price action from 36.90 down into the prior day low of 36.29, and then actually that's not prior day low. Let's see, that would be 33.68. It's a little too far away, but if we can consider maybe a drawdown to about the opening of the prior day around 35.13, maybe that's a little maybe that'll be a little more feasible, right? So CoinFox is saying let's see, AI tends to hold and continue on big gap ups. I completely agree. And it looks like Buzz margin call, Crypto Buzz has an average of about $18 on this. Congratulations to you on this position, my brother. Very, very good call on this. But guys, there is an opportunity to trade here. Now, please remember that I just spoke of a retracement and a resistance from a certain area to pull back to another area for a potential reload. That pullback is not the loading zone. The pullback is to tell you that it's gonna retrace and it's gonna find a floor somewhere. Where is that floor gonna be? We're gonna have to experience this live and see where it pulls back to. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and extend an invite here to the Arca Bulls trading team, please consider hitting that link that I've actually shared in the chat here for YouTube, and that'll take you straight to the Discord, right, team? That'll be where you'll trade alongside some very nice and very, very talented traders, including CoinFox, Cryptic Trader, Off-Grid Gorilla, myself, and many, many more, right, team? So yeah, this is a collaborative effort. We are, here to just express some nice information and some usable information for retail, and I do think that it's a blessing in disguise to have some effort like this. Okay, team. So make sure to hit that link, join up, and come by and trade with some talented people. I will say that it's to remind everybody, it's one thing to call out the play, it's quite another to execute the play. So join up, come by, say hi, chill out with us, right? Next ticker. Let's take a look at ticker symbol RVNC. This is, let's see, what is it? Revance, or is it Revance, right? How do you pronounce that? Revance or Revance? Therapeutics. I feel like it sounds cooler as a Revance, right? But whatever the case here, this is the daily time frame closing at 7:14. Let's take a look at that 12-hour. 7:36 kind of ran up a little bit more, and it's still considering a potential continuation based on this. The candle really didn't retrace at all here in the 12-hour time frame. Let's look at that daily. The daily candle, it gapped up completely here, right? It in fact opened at about 6:15 before making its run to about 7:49. I will say that I already kind of gave I already gave the analysis here. So just remember that we're experiencing a pullback and kind of a bull trap zone around that 797 to 834. In case you weren't here to hear it, just remember we're experiencing a potential bull trap area within this range here, this zone, 797 to 834. Why? Because we have a previous daily gap here that has been used several times prior, right? So keep an eye on those targets there. That's definitely bull trap area, suggesting that you will not clear the gap at 823. You may just get this retracement at 797 to $8, which is naturally a psychological level. Okay, team, be smart, be sharp. Keep your eyes on the prize, right? Let's go ahead and move on and take a look at now the ticker that I was asked to look at. Ticker symbol FUBO for ticker symbol FUBO. Let's go ahead and take a look at that now. So daily time frame I want to take a look at. All right, so I'm just going to mark off a couple quick things here, right? So first of all, we have this gap to kind of look out for. We have a relevant resistance right here to today's high, right, which is natural for us to observe. This is going to be 217 to 220 as a natural area for us to pull back from. If we do combat and if we do succeed the upside here, where did we close on the 12-hour? Let's see, 224. Oh, man, 224, and we're already doing it. Okay, so it's doing what I thought it did without actually noticing it. So this is a 12-hour time frame resisting from that gap that I spoke of, right here at the $2.30 level. So this has a high of about is that really two? Let me see. 229 is your high here. Yeah, it is. Okay, so just about a cent away from where we were speaking of, right? So if this is going to continue to the upside, the validation process is as follows. The retracement here is likely to come back down to 220 to 217. Maintaining price action above specifically 220 would be highly ideal, right? So it would be best for us to get some maybe an hourly, bi-hourly closure above the area of 220 for continuation to the upside. Now, the upside continuation would be the effort to continue on the path of closing this gap here between the 230 and 240, right? So 230 and 240 is presently the resistance on a 12-hour time frame and post-market. So yeah, expect a little bit of a chop area here, right? We'll come back down 220 to 217, validate support. If we get the validation, bounce to the upside, resist again from 230, use the 12-hour closure, right? And also this candle here, right at the imbalance, that could be at 222, and then we would be combating what an area called the control zone, right? So this control here would be an area to stop out some people. This is major liquidity here, right? This is major supply. If it's converted into a support, then you convert into a new demand zone, which can then send price action here to a new high. That would be likely to face, maybe 230 to 240 into the 248 area, right? So I will mark that off right there. Okay, conditionally speaking, though, it is definitely conditional. You must validate and you must confirm these supports before you get that continuation to the upside. But it's looking pretty good. I will say this is a very healthy V-shaped recovery here, and it does have continuation written all over it, right? So if you I can see that a lot of people kind of got trapped in this area here, particularly the longs, right? They felt that they were going to get this top side here, right? So this was going to be your zone of support, 195 to about 192. And as you can see, this small candle led to a bigger candle here, right? So that marks off that area of a highly liquid zone. So people holding in this area here are now in the money, and they're currently now on a stop hunt, right, to get the shorts out of the money. So very, very, very nice little strategy here. So CoinFox VHAI, definitely gonna take a look at that one right after the Fubo ticker here, and we'll chart it together. If it's okay, you and I can chart it together. Come on The Voice, and we'll see what's up. Joe H is saying, Arca, I need convincing that NVAX isn't going through a dead cat bounce. Not looking to hold long term. I just you just swing on the half. Okay, not looking to bag hold either. I agree, my brother. I completely agree. I will say that NVAX appears to be a little bit influenced by the market. So we're going to run a correlation coefficient, and we'll also observe the comparison between the SPY and NVAX for a continuation to the upside, because to tell you the truth, I think the positive PCE and GDP numbers that we got today, well, not positive, it was actually everything to expectation, but those numbers actually gave us some prop, right? Some hopium, which naturally put price action on an asset like Nvidia at a critical level. Right, so you have the shorts trapped, you have puts completely trapped as well. You have an incredible percentage of negative delta where the 797 is presently on Nvidia. That can pressure things to the upside, and if we do have some correlation NVAX versus SPY, then NVAX is probably set to create another high before facing a pullback. And now I will say that today was the month end. Right, the monthly close was today, and tomorrow being the first could actually present some danger to the bulls by maybe power hour or after lunch, right? So remember, the algos tend to shift at the NYSE lunch beginning, maybe around 15 to 45 minutes prior to the lunch, into the exit of lunch at around 10 a.m. near the area of Euro market close. Okay, team, so let's go ahead and observe here just the final part for ticker symbol FUBO. Let's see the 4-hour time frame, right? 4-hour time frame, also very nice V-shaped recovery here, right? Very, very, very healthy. Like I said, people that were trapped in this area here, they definitely were able to hold and caught the right side of the V, right? And actually succeeded to that upside. Now, the 4-hour time frame is expressing some weakness here, but that just means that Fubo may be experiencing a further upside continuation into the 12-hour time frame. 12-hour time frame upside pivot in the EMA3, daily time frame for sure upside pivot, bi-daily experiencing an upside as well, right? So we definitely have some things to look out for on this. If we are kind of susceptible to the price action, or if we are sensitive to the price action from the broader markets, then let's also run a correlation coefficient on this ticker against the SPY to see what the likelihood would be for a pullback, right? If the SPY does experience a pullback, then we'll know using a tool like this, right? So let's type in here SPY, and let's use screw it. Let's use this one here. right? And we'll pull it down here. So let's pull up the weekly time frame to see how correlated the SPY is to this asset. And it looks like the SPY and FUBO are currently in negative values in correlation. So it is presently detaching itself from the influence of the broader markets. That is a good thing, which now validates why this can continue to the upside on a daily and bi-daily time frame, linear volatility versus stochastic momentum. Massive upside pivot in the gravitational zone of stochastics. We're actually getting a pivot here. It looks like volatility is going to start crossing over that moving average, and the continuation to the upside here may be imminent. Okay, so if we do get a continuation, I expect this to be first an immediate short-term time frame upside before a rejection, right? So let's locate that. 15-minute time frame still has an upside pivot here. Our resistance levels are 230 to 240. I do expect 230 to be that kind of a line in the sand there, right? Bring this price action back to the 220 to about 218 zone. Load up your bulls right down here and then push onwards and upwards, right? So let's go ahead and pull up some moving averages and see if it's relevant to what we're speaking of. And what do you know? It definitely is. SMA 10, EMA 9, EMA 7 located at around the 220. We have the SMA 20 on the 5-minute located at 217, perfectly set, just like the way we spoke of, right? Our discretion is showing some validity here. Now, if we do reach down into this area here of 215, that's okay too. Right? It's okay that we reach down into this zone. That would be the inflection zone for the 5-minute time frame. If we fail that zone, then yeah, we could see some downside price action to 209, maybe even into the EMA 200 and bottom side of the prior day low at 205, right? So that it's okay. It's okay. The important thing here is that it's making, in the immediate short term, is making a very healthy series of higher highs and higher lows. And it's actually measured pretty nicely too. But I can't ignore the fact that we have upside pivot on that stochastic momentum. And we have Buzzman, live mic, buddy. Sorry about that, dude. And we definitely have a re-expansion phase starting again. So that is pretty cool. I like it. 5-minute time frame. Let's see what it has to offer. Yeah, 5-minute time frame. There's the pullback. We have stochastic momentum dropping. We have RSI crossing below the SMA 14. Right, this is likely for it to come down, find its floor, and continue. SMA 50 located at the bottom side of around 217. I do think that this loads some bulls up here, right? Get the entry zone. Loading zone could be there with validation, but honestly, I wouldn't play it along until we break above the 229 here and confirm, right? So that 229 can lead into 240 before a retracement. So let's go to the daily time frame and see what the ATR is on this thing. I'm not sure if we already did that, but it doesn't matter. Let's just go ahead and make sure that what we're experiencing here is valid, right? So here is the ATR. Let's go ahead and kind of stretch this open just a little bit. And it looks like we have about a 17-cent ATR. Sitting at 207, we're looking at about a 220 top. That marks off 13 cents in average true range, getting us to the 224 level, which could be the complete ATR. That takes us to this resistance zone right here. That would be a top side here for tomorrow. We're looking at a potential 225 top from a retracement from the areas of like we spoke of, right? Maybe let me see the 12-hour time frame. Before retracing here, right? Yeah, I do think that if we did get back into this zone here, give it some room. Let it confirm this top side. You'll get a little bit of chop area between this 225 and 230. Break out of this area here, a little bit of a bull flag, and then get your overall resistance at around 248. Keep an eye at 240 to 248, and the upside here will it can be an okay play, right? So it's not completely volatile, as you can see. It's not big movements here. In fact, the biggest thing that I can maybe consider here would be a total range of 14% from the bottom support, but we don't want to play it from the bottom support, as that would be a gamble. So in reality, this is diminished to a 7.56% gainer from the breakout area that we're speaking of in confirmation zone. All right, so to the very top side, if we do experience a full roundabout here, right? So if we do get that that full ATR, sure, 7.56%. If we do experience the secondary or the first resistance, that is a 4.22% rise, right? So you can see here that it's probably not the best asset to trade short term. It maybe is a good enough valuation to consider long-term holds, right? Because you as you can see here, this is the 12-hour time frame and also the entire trading history of this asset, right? So you are pretty close to some to the multi-year low here, right? 105 to about 93 cents. You're sitting at 224. There's I don't want to speak too bullish here, but this probably doesn't come back below 149. So if it does retrace, I actually don't see it falling below 149. So yeah, Fubo is looking okay. Even for the immediate short term, I do see upside continuation. So keep an eye on the play. Make sure to just play it safe here. Buzz Margin Call saying low beta, right? So yeah, man, I agree. And let's see. So CoinFox is no, Buzzman, please don't apologize, my brother. We're good. It happens all the time, right? So yeah, why don't we observe now the ticker symbol from CoinFox, VHAI. CoinFox, are you in the chat here, buddy? And us also, are you still in YouTube, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Now, if he's not around and if he doesn't reply to me, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of just put it aside just a little bit and observe the SPY, right? So it would be actually Tesla. Sorry, Tesla was one that we needed to take a look at here. So CoinFox is in bed, not in front of the battle station, right? So I can go ahead and take it on. I can take it from here on that VHAI ticker coin. If you do notice something, right, go ahead and share it here on YouTube or in the Discord, and I will try to catch your perspective on it. But I do like that we tend to bounce off of each other. Nah, man, why not? Why not? I know that you want my opinion on it too. So let's observe it. And if I am kind of in the same ballpark as you, at least that we know that we're kind of observing the same things. I don't see I don't see a problem whatsoever. All right. So, but yeah, what if this thing is approaching an area that we can actually just buy and just experience the upside here? I mean, you're at the low, right? This low was experienced on February 26, 2024 at 113. This could be, I mean, at this area here, this is bear trap zone, right? So we could be turning this around for a continuation to the upside. This bounce from it looks like it was kind of influenced by the broader markets too. We got that drop into 123, recovery all the way up to 152, closing out at 147. Not bad. Is this an IPO or is it just my 12-hour that's not giving me the rest of the history? Let me see. This recently opened, right? Yeah, it's got to be because none of the indicators are giving me any reads. So, hourly time frame. Yeah, this is acting just like an IPO. $5 entry, retracement here, and continues. Let's see. Wait, coin was coin a SPAC? Coin? Like Coinbase? Buzz Margin Call. There's no way. Dude, Coinbase is a global American centralized crypto exchange. No way, man. No. The valuation of this thing is above $200. This is what do you mean? You said if coin was a SPAC. So I'm thinking to myself, the ticker coin, because you're referring to oh my goodness, dude. I understand now, dude. Silly Buzz Margin Call. All right. Got a huge drink of water there. Hope that wasn't too graphic there for you guys, right? I'm a little ashamed of drinking water in front of y'all, right? Because you'll hear the from my mouth, and that's kind of gross, dude. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at VHAI and continue. And like I said, team, my edge kind of gets limited within the IPOs. But I did study several IPOs at the initial 2 weeks from their open, right? And I did notice that all of them had something very specific, right? They had the 618 retracement targets from the initial 5-minute candle retracement as an area of take profit. So waiting for the 5-minute close plus the inverse of the initial candle usually drops to the 4-spot 618. And let's see what it did here. So take a look at that, right? So you definitely had a gap right by that 4-spot 618 at about the area of about $3, right? So this it's very interesting here. Now, if we take a 10-minute average and kind of extend it here a bit, then your bottom side and support is given to you by that 4618 as well. So go ahead and notice this. This is one thing that I noticed in one strategy that I never put out because I didn't want anybody to really kind of bank on this. So I started to notice that a lot of IPOs 10-minute fib retracement led to the 4-spot 618 retracement level as a support. Right, you'll get the bounce to the upside to the next 2-spot 618 and retrace yet again before failing the 4-spot 618 and then observing. Now, if you can see here, that 4-spot 618 leading into this led to a massive amount of support, right, and resistance following the days after the open. So this was really, what's up, Chad? Good to see you here, my bro. And Joe H is saying we're going to long Arca always, my bro. This is amazing, dude. Coin Fox, I love you too, man. But anyway, so yes, so this is I if I'm going to be very honest here, I back tested about 26 IPOs at their open, right? So it doesn't matter their valuation, it doesn't matter the opening, whatever. They're usually at around $5 anyway, right? So I started backtesting the 10-minute retracement and started to notice that the 4-spot 618 was a clear an area to kind of experience a bounce from. And this is why I went to it first, because I was curious to see if IPOs are still doing that today. And it appears as though they are, right? Because I don't think that this is a strategy that a lot of people would even think of making, right? So first of all, I'm not even using the Fibonacci retracement traditionally. I teach how to use it in a really awkward manner. This is not how you use a Fibonacci retracement. I tend to use it to the benefit for a forward look, but it just it's a little bit weird opposed to how traditionally you have to use this, right? But it's all good. It's all good. It really is the way that you perceive the markets. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at where we are, right? So if we are going to kind of draw in the area of chop here, then that can tell us where we are presently as far as the retracement target, right? So the swing high to the swing low puts us at about, let's see, just a little bit of a correction here. Let me just go ahead and put that down right there at the very bottom side of price here. And within this retracement, you can actually see that the 50% of returns is landing right at about that 4-spot 618 as well, right? So lots of confluence here. 178 is your 50% retracement. 170 is the 4-spot 618 geometric from the from the 10-minute retracement on Fib. Now, what are we doing about the upside or the downside? Well, we can pull up some momentum indicators and see if we can determine that upside. Already in the ATR for the 5-minute time frame, you're noticing that you're getting a little bit of a pivot to the upside. That is equivalent to expansion. Now, if you are uncertain if you are getting expansion, observe linear volatility at the present moment. Linear volatility right now completely expanding here, crossing above the moving average, and that is giving us an upside pivot with stochastic momentum. Stochastic momentum on a 5-minute time frame with a little bit of a pullback just means that you're going to load up at a relevant moving average and continue to the upside. Here is your present 5-minute time frame SMA 14 potential. I don't trust this support though. This is the gravitational zone here. This is likely to fail and come back down into the opposing zone's gravitation for a bounce. This means that the 10-minute or 15-minute time frame RSI has the support that we're looking for. Right? Here's the 10-minute that's still in the gravitation. 15-minute time frame, bam, right? We want the gravitational zone retracement bounce from that SMA 14 and gravitation for that upside, right? So, and look at this. Upside pivot in the gravitational zone of the 15-minute time frame. You'll probably get I don't know if this is trading in the early pre-market, right? But you'll probably get all this to happen very, very early on and then open in the green. So if we are going to push for an upside here, 15-minute time frame is already giving us a pretty nice little a nice little bias, right? This is your ascending triangle here, right? This is a downside continuation formation, right? So now let's pull up the moving averages and further validate that we are experiencing a pullback first before the upside. Bearish, immediate short-term formation, right? That'll give us the downside. We'll likely find a target based on the 50% of that triangle. Let's do the psychology first. Screw it. So from here, right? Let's go ahead and draw that line just like this. Let's ignore this FOMO wick because sometimes that's just not the way to do things, right? So we'll go ahead and take into consideration the green candle instead. So right about this point here, right? So let's go ahead and just kind of just sort of draw it in around here. Whatever, it's still good. You know, it's the immediate short-term time frame. All we want to do is just get a quick little idea over what we're doing with this price convergence, right? So if we are going to get that pullback, it's probably going to happen very soon. We'll get that top side of about 152 to about 149 here. Pull back, get the breakdown, right? Because we are already at 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle. This is breakdown zone. So let's get that middle target in line, right? Right about here. Take a trend line from that top side to the very bottom side of the formation. Then you apply it to the breakout area. This is talking about a potential drop to 131. If it further extends to the downside, then consider the full retracement from the formation, right? So this will give you the potential lower end or the lower bound at about 124, suggesting that you would potentially double bottom here and then continue. Usually these double bottoms tend to experience that upside bounce from very shy of the actual bottom side target, right? So you'll hit this thing and then you'll make this thing bounce to the upside. And from here, yeah, your play is now over, right? You already succeeded the downside from these from that formation. You got the pullback that we were looking for initially, right before we continue on to the upside, because everything is pivoted to the freaking moon, and everybody's happy, right? So let's go ahead and move the moving averages in. So let's see what we got, right? So it looks like we are bouncing right now from that SMA 20 on a 5-minute time frame. Very clean bounce here. So that means that that would be your inflection zone tomorrow. 141, breaking that would kind of free fall here, right? So let's go ahead and now observe moving averages in even deeper time frames, right? Was that a 5-minute? We just looked at it in a 5-minute, right? Oh no, we did. That was 15-minute. SMA 50 on a 5-minute is located there. Let's see if we have anything on the minute candles. SMA 200, EMA 200 about to break that support. Okay, cool. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame and see how price is behaving there. Everything is below us, man. Above us, sorry. And let's see. Well, I would say that the hourly time frame, yeah. We're closing at the resistance of the EMA 7 and the SMA 10 on the hourly. Let's see. Oh, there we go. 15-minute time frame is where it was always at, right? This is your SMA 50 resistance, right where we're speaking of 151. Bam, you get that pullback. succeed the SMA 20, free fall for a little bit, bounce potentially from the 131, if not your 124, then continue on the upside here, right? So if we do break to the upside, let's look at the hourly time frame and find out where we are in relation to the linear regression band. So let's see. Did it come on? There we go. Show me the money. Any day now. Let's do it. Where is the linear regression? Cool. So we're going to use this one here. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Oh, we don't have enough information for an hourly lin reg. Holy crap. Oh, man. Okay. That's all good. That's right. IPO. Limited information. So take a look at this, right? The targets that we're experiencing or that we're talking about for the downside, this is literally telling you that we may retrace to that mid band and also perfectly to the bottom band here. It's always pretty good to get a confluent bottom, right? So, so get this thing too. And I mean, look at this, guys. I'm talking about a retracement from about 151. That's your 5-minute EMA 200 and the top side of your Lin Reg. You can actually see that we're about to retrace from the top side of the Lin Reg EMA 200 and experience a drop to the opposing side and then bounce, right? So very curious times here. Very if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But from my perspective, it kind of looks obvious. So yeah, I do think that we get a nice little upside here. Then the immediate short-term time frame pullback, get that accumulation, get that breakout, validate the continuation here. Make sure to combat your prior day high at 181 to your prior day's pre-market high of 188. 181 to 188 break. That will give you a nice little run. All right, team. So that is the analysis here for ticker symbol VHAI. Looking pretty special. I don't know if Coin, are you agreeing with me? Is that what you were looking for? Or do you think that this is going to fall to the ground and we're all going to die? So am I wrong? Or are you agreeing with what I'm looking at, right? So Chad Vivian saying, yeah, I'm good. Had a great day. Awesome, my brother. Buzz Margin Call saying tomorrow I was, let's see, I was up all in. I gotcha. Okay, you guys were talking there. Nice. Joseph, what is up, my dude? Good to see you here. Arca, when you are scalping, what moving averages do you use mainly for support and resistance? So for support and resistance, I use the SMA 50, EMA 7, 9, and SMA 5. Okay, so EMA 7, EMA 9, SMA 5 and the SMA 50 for supports. For breakout, for breakout strategy and confirmation of breakout or breakdown would be your SMA 50, EMA 200, and the SMA 200. Now, for further validation or potential traps, right, you can use your in-betweeners, man. You can use your SMA 100 and your SMA 20. I don't particularly put them on an immediate short-term time frame, but I do respect the silver cross here and there, right? There's going to be your exponential 55 over the exponential 21. Some people look at the SMA 50 or the SMA 20 as well, whatever. There's even confusion with the EMA 50 and the EMA 20. Traditionally speaking, I feel that sticking to the EMA 21 over the EMA 55 has a higher validity. But they're still so damn close to each other, man. It doesn't even really matter. But yeah, that's why there's this confusion around it. But CoinFox, you're thinking of swinging it? Dude, yeah. So I was just saying that a little bit earlier that this is very low risk. I don't think that this thing surpasses the 113. Clearly, this has buy side interest, and I will say that the floor has been likely found, and if there is a continuation to the upside, it likely is tomorrow. After a short-term pullback, not sure that we'll get it all the way down here, but it is pretty confluent to some targets, and I will say that it looks pretty good to swing it, brother. And it's so damn cheap. It's valued at a very, very tiny price. But nice. So Chad saying, can you give Meta a quick look, please? I'm thinking it might want to go touch 500 before that massive drop. I agree. That's part of my thesis. market round. We still need to take a look at Tesla as well, right? So, Ian, are you still here, buddy? I still see you. I know that I was going to skip right into Tesla, but CoinFox was still here, right? But it's all good. It's all good. Let's go ahead and put these right next to each other. We'll go ahead and take a look at Meta right after ticker symbol TSLA. All right, so 5-minute time frame on Tesla. This is already pivoted towards the upside. This is the Joseph. If you're around, this is the breakout strategy, right? So you're getting the symptoms of continuation to the upside by crossing above and reacquiring the top side of the SMA 50, right? So supports and resistances, I use the EMA 7, EMA 9, and in this case, I'm using an EMA 30, right? But it's okay, or EMA 20. So in this case, I am keeping those in case we retrace. But on 5-minute time frame, your Lin Reg is sitting right at that EMA 7 bottom, right, or top. So this means that if we can continue on to the upside, there is a little bit more of upside this can experience before coming back to validate the support and close confirmation above the SMA 50, right? So pullback to around $200.62 is fair, right? This is also kind of a breakout from an ascending triangle here, right? So this was supposed to be a continuation to the downside, and it actually invalidated that downside by moving onwards to the upside. So topside target for this is equivalent to the top side of your linear regression on a 5-minute time frame. I will show you how, right? So this is your resistance top of that ascending triangle formation, right, or strategy, right? This is likely your support line here. You take a trend line from that top side, right? I guess that can be considered the hypotenuse inversely. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? And then you apply this to this here. So now that puts you at 50%. The Lin Reg closing off the 5-minute time frame at this top side will naturally take you to 201.57. So if that is the case, then what are we doing here beyond this target, right? If it does continue to the upside, what does it really want to do? Well, we're still experiencing a pretty bearish formation here. Okay, this is in no way, shape, or form bullish to me. Yes, it doesn't have an upside, but it's also presenting a massive drop. And I will show you how. And I will show you how in two very different time frames. Okay, so 5-minute time frame here. It's actually performing this formation during the day, right? So this is your macro time, or your larger time frame. Ascending triangle strategy, right? So this would be after a drop, you have your ascending triangle, right? So this means that this thing is loading up here for something special, right? So let's go ahead and draw that in. Let me get rid of the LRC, and we'll continue observing here. Here we go. There we go. So now let me expand the 5-minute time frame chart. Give us this quick little bias here, right? Here we go. We'll extend this boy over here. So we have this breakout here confirming above this zone here of about 201, which is naturally your psychological area, right? If you can confirm above $200, then you have your top side of the triangle right here, right? You'll get that test one more time, and then that means that you're getting closer to the 65 to 75% to the apex of this triangle, which means breakdown is near. So this, with a downside, if you get a downside in price action and then you start converging price, this is bearish, right? So you're getting an invalidation of a bearish formation on a 5-minute time frame here. What's the surprise? At 5-minute time frame, you're getting a 50% read, sometimes not even that. You get a lot of failures of formation, especially psychological ones, in the 5-minute time frame. You'll get this upside here, right? You'll validate the top side tomorrow, right at around this point. If it can't continue, because it's been trying this, man. It's been trying this break here a couple times today. It can't succeed over that 202.22. So if that is really the case here, that means that we're in a validation of resistance process, not this resistance. This resistance, right? So we're getting a 3-day to 4-day, a weekly formation here with confluent tops. This is technically a bullish formation. So, but if we're breaking down here and we can't succeed that top side of the 202, that means here that 202 may get a bear trap. That means that it could rise to 202.73, around the 203.07, and then this thing would probably drop by tomorrow end of day, right? So it's a really interesting way to observe this price action here, because we have a bullish formation, but then we also have the break of a critical support and below this regression, creating another type of formation. Now, if you ignored this top side here and you just drew your triangle from this point here to on, this would be a rising wedge. And guess what? That's another bearish formation too. So I think that Tesla is giving us a little hint, right? Tesla may be displaying to us that the bulls have honestly grown exhausted, and this may be experiencing a downside coming into tomorrow. Somewhere, I don't know when, right? Damn, CoinFox, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for your support, my dude. I can't thank you enough, my dude. So it's a little different, right? It is a little different in observing how price action can behave. But I honestly think it's fair. And now, why would it be fair? Because of this now. So I have to expand here. So this ascending triangle here already met its target right there. This was what we were observing. 205.75 potential top. Price action came up to 205.57 and has continued to resist from that point. We have 3 touches of that resistance. Sometimes that third touch is the one, right? The third time's a charm. If we get a fourth one, I'd be surprised, but that would be it's also a potential, right? If we invalidate that bearish formation, the top side is that, right? So let's measure it, right? This would be it right here, right? Take a formation price objective, and to the breakout here, you're observing a 205.95. We have a top side of the formation here at 205.75, and we have a top side resistance in our discretion of 205.01. So it all rhymes. So now, if we do get that top side as well, then that kind of meets the 50% of the breakout from this formation. And it meets the resistance of 206.93 to about 207.65. I will say, team, that I don't know that this is going to continue to 207, but and I don't know if it's going to succeed this bearish formation here, but there is something happening here that feels a little weird, and I don't like it. I personally don't. So I'm just going to leave it at that, right? Tesla looks very confusing. I think we need to experience what price action displays for us tomorrow and see how it goes, because now you know what I'm observing. I'm observing here multi-day highs, huge amounts of resistance here, bi-weekly highs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is a 8 to 9 day high here, man. If you're experiencing continuous resistance at this point, I don't know what's going to happen further from here, right? It's a real line in the sand here, right? This is a true area of resistance, a true supply, right? It could be failing. That this is the best that Tesla could have done. Maybe this thing is ready for a pullback here to start back testing here, the 196, maybe even into the 195 area. We don't know, but I think that that could be the case. You posted some gamma levels. Oh, got him. Nice. Let's go ahead and pull this up here and show the team what you have shared with us. Let me go ahead and just pull back just a little bit here and take a look at the gamma levels. Okay, here it is. And bam. Okay. Dude, no way. It matches pretty well. Holy crap, it matches pretty well. $205. It's so strong there. Oh my god, it's so much volume there. I don't think that this I don't think that it surpasses it. It's the space between, you have a space here between around the 205 to about, let me see the other image that you have. Do you think it surpasses it though? I feel like because we know that that's the area, the shorts could be waiting there too. Or I don't know. But yeah, I do think that if it breaks it 214 to 220. Is it unreasonable for me to think that? You know, if it breaks it, I definitely see a 214 to 220. And yeah, I guess we will. But the good thing is Tesla runs on its own steam too, right? And there's also some positive catalyst, I think, with the charging of the Cybertruck with, I forgot, somebody just mentioned it here. I think it was Pennington. I'm not sure who mentioned it, but yeah, there was some type of positive catalyst. Yeah, that 220 could be a pretty nice zone. I mean, it's and that's freaking hella fair. You know, that's big time. With tomorrow's gap up, dude, it might actually happen. Dude, I forgot. Buzz, yeah, NXU. Coin, dude, I forgot that tomorrow we're gapping up. I think it's possible. I think tomorrow you get it. Oh, dude. Bosco, that's the one that you posted earlier, right, dude? That's right, with VA and I. Holy crap. Okay, so Tesla, Nvidia, especially Nvidia. And now as far as Mara, that thing is just capitulating, right? It capitulated. Damn. So it definitely met our resistance, right? We got our resistance here post-market, 3408. And since then, it just, you know, it 9-point drop. This was such a huge play for Sebastian, man. Sebastian totally called it. I see a continuation to the downside here, right? Mara validates the EMA 200 at 2637. Dead cat bounce to a bottom side of 2373. I think that's the low for Mara. Also, that could be the target too for this little weird head and shoulders formation. It realized the head and shoulders formation in a very similar manner right here before it dropped to those low targets, and this is presently that same. This is a fractal, right? And I'm not a big fan of fractal analysis. You should know that. I am a fan of fractals to a certain extent regarding repeating signals and repeating formation. But when it comes to similarities like these, I think those are just they tend to happen because behavioral not anomalies, but I say behavioral consistencies, right? So that's probably why. So top side here, let me see, February 14th and February 20th. I would have to look deeper into this to see what was happening, either fundamentally, macro fundamentally, and also company specific fundamentally. I also would like to see the levels of BTC and how it was behaving during this time versus this time to really explain how this fractal is happening in a very similar manner, right? But without any other studies, to me, this just looks like an ABCD, right? So who knows? But we have data in the AM, so we could gap down. Oof. We do? Holy crap, what are we waiting for? Let's see. Let's go to the economic calendar here and see what we have in store. Let's see. I'm still on tomorrow. Okay. Let's see. S&P Global Manufacturing. Construction spending month over month. ISM Manufacturing. Damn, there's a bunch. The Michigan 5-year inflation expectations. Michigan consumer expectations. Consumer sentiment final. Wow. Global manufacturing. That's Mexico. Let's see. And then Fed Logan, damn it, and Fed Walker speech tomorrow. God, Bostic again? I'll show you right now, brother. Yeah, we have those two Feds again. Damn it, we have, oh man, and fiscal, no, the fiscal balance, that's Mexico. So yeah, we have we have 4 Fed speakers. We have the Michigan inflation expectations and Michigan consumer sentiment. I've never really backtested ISM manufacturing or S&P Global manufacturing. So whether they move the market or not, I'm not too sure. But I know that the Michigan consumer sentiment does play a little into the market, but combined, all of that crap, that equals a volatile market. So I think we gap up in the morning, gap down at open, potential upside continuation, bull trap, and then it's over. I don't know. It feels like it could be that. So CoinFox is saying NYCB Bank dumped on news after hours. KRE might sell off. Oh, dude, what? Damn. That's at least there's a direction on that play there. So let's see. Candace Morrison, what you saying? Isn't tomorrow also possible government shutdown if no deal? What? Is that true? Oh, so the Michigan the Michigan consumer sentiment does give us a movement. Yeah, I have noticed. So yeah, let's take a you're talking about the ETF right here, right? So if we're looking at the ETF in a very yeah. Oh crap. Yeah, I already kind of see it. Oh damn. This yeah, if we start fail, this is a post market low, prior day low as well. 47.38 to about 47.35. Damn. Dude. Let me see. Wow. Wow, dude. I honestly think that this is, I hope I'm really not observing what I think I'm observing here, man. Like, but is that, could it be, like, is this true? Hold on, man. No way. Wait a freaking second. Let me draw this in. I don't even believe that I could actually do this. You gotta be joking. Inflection is 45 and the downside target is not funny. Like, dude, this is actually big. How coin? How bearish is it? Whatever happened? Like, is it really bad? I don't know anything about what's happening here. But if the signals are correct here, this is set for a big ass drop, like huge. I mean, a 12-point drop. Yeah, Lily R15. I do think that Nvidia tests its all-time high again, maybe even pass it. CoinFox, is this what you're looking at? We're testing. I mean, we're testing like a 52-week, close to one lows. Oh shit! I mean, this is bear flaggy already. I mean, higher term. Let me see. Bro, this is not a good signal. And also, let me see if I'm drawing it incorrectly. I am. The target is a little bit less of an impact, but it's still very big. Hold on. Breakdown targets, yeah, still 10-point drop. I mean, on a $47 asset, a 10-point drop, that's correction. You know, that's a deep correction. Let's see, it's an so it's a wow. So it's an SVB type heavy commercial real estate exposure. Okay, damn, dude. Yeah, if this is potentially experiencing a 10-point drop following the next days, actually, this is a big ass deal. And here is the strategy. So strategy has the beginning of the formation here. It's following the golden rule of three, pretty dead on, and almost exactly the way it should play. Right, so you have test number 1, test number 2, test number 3, fake out, test number 4. That's gonna be your bull trap, bear entry, right? This is gonna be your bear flag, continuation to the downside here. This is probably another liquidity trap here, giving the bulls the potential the thought that it's gonna bounce at 46.66 and recover. In fact, it doesn't. It uses the 46.66 to drop. It really comes down to this wave here, tests your 43.49, bounces, resists from the newly converted support into resistance. Then we start the breakdown process for about a week. And then eventually continues to this wave low. Let me see what geometrics say. Fucking hell. Damn. 3708 psychological breakdown, 3701 3.618 golden mean. That's stupid. I'm expecting dude. Look at this. I'm expecting at this wave here a bounce 43.46, right? Capitulate to the 1.618 43.46 right here. Get that bounce, validate your resistance, and then continue. And guess what? Dude, no way. This is almost obvious. Look at this. You're in the golden pocket right now. As we speak. Holy shit. This is going to catapult it. It's going to reject. NYCB is the next one. Before it bleeds the other regional, in my opinion. Candace Morrison, yeah, they were the lucky ones that look at. No way. What? So CoinFox is saying, and that would be your market correction. Yes, that was what I was trying to imply. That this is gonna fuck shit up. I'm sorry for the French, but I do think that these things are gonna cascade. Guys, this is gnarly exposure. Holy crap! Why is this happening? It's critical contraction right now. Where is stochastics? Oh, dude. If this, any move to the downside here, if you get a 2-point move to the downside, this will expand immediately. You're already getting a downside pivot. Dude, yeah, this is all bad. This is all daily time frame in critical contraction. The downside is starting to show. Holy crap. Downside bias on the buy daily. And you're starting to contract as well. Dude, there is, look at this, 8-hour time frame, a critical contraction, downside pivot. Something is about to pop way off. 6-hour time frame. That's the only thing to give us a little bit of an upside bias, and it's very limited. Holy craps. 3-hour time frame downside, bi-hourly downside, hourly freaking nosedive. Dude. Yeah, man. Yep. We're going to hell. See you in hell, right? This thing is this is Joe H, where you at? Bro, our time is near. Dude, this is what's the other one? Coin? So you're saying short the financials. This is your hub. This would be your hub. So macro finance would be your hub, and the first thing to follow will be the broader markets. It would be that's literally chips would be the ones to fall first. Get your parachutes. I love it when you say that, bro. That is so funny. Dude, that's right, Joe H. All right, so I guess this would be the next victim, right? So CoinFox is sharing with us NYCB. Damn, this market stream, I gotta say, man, this has been a fire ass stream. This is so juicy, so damn good. How about NYCB's 4-hour dead cat ass bounce right here? Dude, let me see the 6-hour. Damn, is it really like that? Jeez Louise. Okay, so yeah, larger time frame dead cat bounce here. 12-hour is a pretty clean read. This doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that this was ridiculously overbounced at that capitulation. Holy crap. This is also going to hell. Let's see. This is New York Community Bancorp. Okay. There are two different targets for this dead cat because you have an outlier as a wick, right? That's a little too, in my opinion, it's just a little too much. So you have to observe the two potential targets, right? From a natural balance to its imbalance, right? So that those two targets would just be so crappy, right? I mean, both of them, it just doesn't matter. I'm just saying that you'll have the two probabilities in for continuation. Dude, the $3.75 asset due to drop another potential 1.5. Is that true, bro? Damn. Guys, there is a Bezos, not bozos. What's the next domino to fall, says Andy Aviles. So it's it's broader market financials. So this is it here. This would be the toppling of the dominoes. This is your first domino here. And this is set to apply pressure in the next day or so. Yeah, I think your safe bet here, like a coin is saying, right? Your safe bet would probably be getting the $45 bounce, right? Validation of your resistances could be anywhere between, I'd say, 46.10 to about 47.11. Aggressive shorts will enter at the validation of 47.11. Now, what you could do as a short bias trader is wait for the breakout of your monthly lows here, right? So if you get, let me see. Yeah. Right here. So breaking below 45.72 for the second time, not the first time. Because I mean that's going to be not a good scalp, okay? 45.78 to $45 is no risk on, okay? There is no risk there. Do not do that. Do not put risk on for that drop, okay? Because this will bounce. Okay, it's going to give hopium back to the bulls here. Okay, so we potentially reach a top side of about 40, again, what was that target? 4708 / the not 618 at 4710. I mean, huge rejection from the golden pocket, and then this thing just slingshots to the downside here and starts testing your one spot 618, this wave at 43.46, one spot 618, 43.46. Validate your resistances. You can continuously short the bounces. This is a 100% ladder down, freaking ladder attack. This is literally going to H pattern your butts open, right? So I'm literally saying it's going to do this. I'm literally saying it's going to do that. Oh my goodness. Sorry for the 4th grade coloring book here, right? I deserve it. All right. I've been talking for absolutely too long. So yeah, team, watch out. This would be your domino here, right? This will cascade the markets into I don't want to say a free fall, but definitely a pretty significant pullback. And a very much needed one too. Oh, dude, CoinFox, be careful. So Candace Morrison saying Amazon Bezos, or however he spells it. Yeah, that's it. Oh man, that is definitely it. Crypto Buzz, what you sharing with me? So let's see. iShares Core S&P Mid Cap ETF. Hold on just a sec. IJH is one of the oldest U.S. mid-cap ETFs, and like competitors IVOO and MDY, tracks the S&P Mid-Cap 400 Index. The index, reconstituted annually, it's a widely recognized benchmark for capturing the distinct risk and return characteristics for U.S. mid-sized equities. As such, IJH favors smaller firms relative to our large-cap learning benchmark, right? So leaning benchmark, sorry. In fact, the fund and our benchmark have a limited number of holdings in common. Still, IJH, with its many strength, is a solid choice for mid-cap exposure. Okay. And so IJH performance, let me see if I can just bring this down here. Right about here, right? Okay, so equities. The focus is the mid cap, right? S&P 4, the 400 mid caps. So broader market, of course. Okay. It's at an all-time high. Well, 5-year. Let's see what it's like in the 5-year. Holy crap. This is at historic levels. So 57.34, 56.98. This, yeah. this is at a historical top already. So yeah, man, thank you for sharing this with me. Very likely this is to pull back. Very likely. This was interesting. Thank you, Buzz. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is it's topping off, man. In fact, I'm surprised it hasn't already started dropping. Actually, me and Coin said that already. I don't. Well, Andy, if we can put it in terms as far as liquidity, maybe, right? But another thing is that it could just simply be way too overvalued. So the bulls have grown exhausted, and there could be an artificial prop. So if we're observing an artificial prop up, that just means that the broader influence did not want a correction to happen in February. The correction should happen in March. And I March feels a little late in comparison to how far up the markets went. But yeah, I in a very short term perspective, I think liquidity dried out a while ago, and we've been contracting with upside. So, which makes me feel that there's naturally an outside source, propping the markets. CoinFox is saying BTFP Fed program is over on a few days too, so that's gonna jolt things until the open or extend the program. Damn it, dude. So, and then here's another thing too, Andy. There could be also a crypto correction too, as global open interests are potentially at an all-time high, or not all-time, or approaching potential highs, retracement highs. And the reason I say this is because of the volatility within crypto has been so intense that traders have been over leveraging on crypto exchanges that offer 200x or 100 plus x leveraging. So there could be a huge delevering happening before a continuation to all-time highs. CoinFox is saying, Chad, they are, let's see, 13 because it closed at, okay, gotcha, you're speaking to him. So that's another potential too. So they're probably gonna margin the crap out of everyone who is exposed in the markets with high lever soon. So that this frothy time could be coming to an end over the next few days. So if there's a time to take advantage of these, that's something else I noticed too, Coin, that there are, but you can catch them too, that the options prices are not correct. The strike prices are also not convincing. And if you notice, the open interest in a lot of those options are zero. So it's I'm not gonna, you know what? I have no way to look at this, or I'm sorry, I'm just being lazy and I'm not looking. But I bet that there are probably more long puts than there are long calls. And the reason why I believe is because the market is being artificially propped by supplying an extended amount of long puts into the market, right? You're dumping in a bunch of long puts to make sure that the markets stay propped on an artificial demand that it's not actually there, right? So as soon as you pull those puts out of supply, then oh man, the markets could start kind of crashing here, and all it takes for that to happen is a freaking delete button. So you don't want to be around for that delete button to happen. So ow. So KRE or LJH. Or NYCB. I mean, damn, dude. This is set to make a 12-point drop. Let's see. JH. I'm not even catching IJH, sorry. Here it is. So let me look at the converging ascending price. This is clearly a rising wedge. I mean, really big. It's close to it. It really is close to its. It's very close to fulfilling its duties. And actually, I do think that the formation is starting potentially here. And it's offering a set of information that's not so consistent everywhere, which only makes me feel that they're trying to trick people. There's a lot of games out there. So if we are experiencing here this rising wedge, then let's propose the objective, right? So let's go ahead and kind of plan that out. So this would be from this point here. So that bottom side breakout is we're right at. I mean, this is the 70% to the apex, right about here, right? That would suggest 54, 55, 6, 7, 8. So this would be a 3-point drop. And it's perfectly set to the 12-hour gap here. And with a potential lower bound of about 54.68. So almost 4-point drop on this. Let me see. Volatility is contracting, and you have a huge pivot to the downside already. So let me see KRE. Volatility dropping on the hourly, but what's the 12 saying? The 12 is already fully contracted, and this is going to start expanding soon. I think the better play would be KRE because of its volatility. Let me see. One more thing. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hold on just a moment. I'm making a thesis in my head here. Because this, let me see. It's trading $1.22. Let's see. Daily time frame on this boy. So yeah, you have 2 times the ATR on KRE. There's a $1.22 daily average true range, 69 cents average true range on this asset. It's more expensive too, with a lesser average true range. Now your 30-day volume is about 60% less on this, right? So you're looking 6.93 million on a 30-day average. KRE has 16.92, about 17 million on average on a 30-day. Yeah, me, because I want to see the freaking volatility there. The volatility is a day trader's best friend. So in my personal opinion, I do think that KRE would be the stronger play between the three. Although this, this is good too. It's expanding, so that would give you a better. I mean, it's also very much cheaper. But still, man, I think KRE is the play. Oh my goodness. IJH. I don't know that it has too much upside, buddy. This is already abandoned baby formation. Evening star potential here too. This is a bearish formation here. Your validation candle for bearish is the next day. And seeing that you have, let's see. No, 4-hour time frame downside pivot, right? Expanding with a downside pivot. Let's see, inside, yeah, 4 hour inside bar. Let's see, you have the hourly time frame downside pivot, and contraction. Yeah, I think this is probably done with its upside overall. CoinFox, take care, buddy. We'll talk in the AM. All right, you guys. So I think we're pretty good to go here. Heads up on both these plays, right? I mean, this one will probably be a little bit safer because it's a slower mover, right? But the risk in that is that you'll get caught. You don't want to get caught up on this, right? The next potential is that this is a faster mover, and then there's bigger bounces, right? So you could also get caught up in that. So you got to choose your battles correctly here. Make sure to choose firstly what you're most comfortable trading, right? So you have to make sure to trade something that you know. So I personally don't know crap about financials and stuff. So I'm gonna have to kind of backtest this a little bit or study it a little bit in order for me to get long or short at all. But yeah, this is pretty nice here. All right, team. So we know the plays, we know the risk, we know the potentials for the coming days. So I do expect a potential gap up here. Huge valuation on NVIDIA right now. 797.38, potential 800 top, maybe even experience its all-time high at some point. But yeah, overall, we may experience a correction alongside that top side too. Okay, so please be very careful in the markets, team. I appreciate everybody for coming on out yet again. And I will remind you guys to please consider joining the Arca Bulls trading team by joining with that link that I just included in the chat. Right? I appreciate everybody for coming out. I love you guys. Let's make sure to get ourselves ready at pre-market tomorrow. I'll be in the stream at around 5:50, 6 a.m. at Pacific time, and we'll get ourselves ready for a great day of trading. All right, you guys, but I appreciate everybody for coming in. I love you all, and I shall say good night, right? Here we go. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, ever, never, never. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night. And I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios.